I want you to imagine this. Imagine you haven't been sleeping well in the past couple of days. You've been surviving off coffee just to get through the day. You finally got into bed, and you drift off to sleep. Then, your eyes open. It's dark outside. You glance over at your clock, 2 a.m., but something feels off. You try to get up, and suddenly, boom. Pins and needles shoot up and down your body. You try to move your limbs, but the more you try to move, the more the pins and needles stab your arms and legs. You're zip-tied to your bed. Your chest feels heavy. Your eyes feel crossed. Panic sets in, and the scariest part, you aren't alone.
I went to go take a nap. I was laying on my bed, and of course I passed out. That just resulted in me opening my eyes like 20, 30 minutes into my nap, and I couldn't move. I was stuck. The first thing that I heard whenever I was laying there was a little girl laughing behind me. That was probably one of the most horrifying things that I've ever experienced. And it wasn't even just that. It was like a little girl laughing and talking to her mother, and then I just felt this weird kind of almost looming presence start to creep up behind me.
Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon that appears in the latter part of the night. Usually when you go to sleep, your brain paralyzes you so that you don't act out your dreams. But during sleep paralysis, you're somewhere in between awake and asleep. Think of it like a switch your brain flips on and off between awake and asleep. And sleep paralysis is when that switch gets stuck in the middle. That in-between state, that's where things get strange. Your brain is awake enough to perceive your surroundings, but not enough to snap your body out of paralysis. The most common anomaly that sleep paralysis sufferers see is the intruder. Sometimes it's a shadowy figure, sometimes it has a face, and sometimes it even talks. Some people say it sits on their chest, others say it crawls towards them, some feel it watching from the corner of the room, never moving, but always there. And what's crazy about this is that the figure shows up for people all over the world, different countries, different cultures. Same feeling. Something is in the room with you, and it doesn't want you to move.
It was almost like I felt like I was on sentry mode. What I mean by sentry mode is that my eyes were just kind of scanning. They were only able to move in certain directions. I couldn't move them everywhere that I wanted. Like a CCTV camera, like slowly going left, slowly going right. It felt like forever. I mean, it felt like I was laying there for a long time. And as the two are just continuing to talk and talk and talk, it almost feels like something is slowly moving towards my back, and it sent like this horrible chill down my spine. It was god-awful. I shot up almost immediately in a cold sweat.
What's strange about sleep paralysis is that even though it's been studied for decades, there's still so much we don't understand. People report seeing the same types of things: a shadowy figure, pressure on the chest, a presence in the room. It's not random, it's not dreamlike, it's specific and disturbingly consistent. Scientists think it has something to do with fear, your brain trying to make sense of the panic you feel. It starts to project that fear onto something tangible, like something in the room with you, a shadow, a figure, a threat. But that's just one theory, because no one really knows why it takes that form. Why does this figure feel like it's watching you? And why does it feel so real, like an actual memory that's burned into your mind even after it's gone? We understand the mechanics of it all, but the experience? That part remains a mystery. So the next time you lie down and drift off, just remember, something might be waiting for you at the end of your bed.